Hello and welcome to Racing America's coverage of the 51st Annual Bar Harbor Bank and Trust Oxford 250 here at Oxford Plains Speedway in Oxford, Maine. I'm Alan Dietz. Glad to be here with you and glad to bring you the heat race draw, which is ever so important. It's the tradition here at Oxford Plains Speedway. And you see the drivers and teams heading out now for their drivers meeting. Excuse me, and then we'll get underway with the draw. We'll turn it down track side for that, so you can find out where all your favorite drivers are going to be. 5 heat races this afternoon, 20 laps each. These determine the starting lineups for these heat races. It's totally random. It's not based on anything but a random draw. Top 5 finishers, as we said, come out of the heat races. Then there will be 2 consolation races that will also take 5 cars out, and one last chance race where only the winner will advance. That gets you to 36 starters, and then the rest of the field will be determined by provisional eligible drivers. As we see these teams and drivers get down there, and this is really a nerve-wracking part for these past drivers. You know, at some races it's qualifying, but here at Oxford Plains Speedway, it's the heat races, because a bad draw, as hard as it is and as competitive a field as we have here at Oxford Plains Speedway, can send you to one of the consolation races. But we've seen drivers come. Mike Rowe won here outside the top 30 one year in one of his 3 Oxford 250 wins. Now, if you haven't purchased our coverage of Racing America's broadcast here from Oxford Plains Speedway, go to racingamerica.tv now. You can purchase the 3-day bundle. That'll allow you to go back and watch what we did Friday and Saturday night here at Oxford Plains Speedway, as well as today's live coverage. Or you can purchase the Sunday only pass. You do not have to be a subscriber to Racing America either. But if you are a subscriber, you get a subscription discount. So just keep that in mind. And again, you can go to racingamerica.tv. If you don't mind, share this around on Facebook and Twitter as we get a look at Bubba Pollard and his wife and family there, as he looks to try and become a 2-time winner of the Oxford 250. He won it back in 2018. 4 drivers tied atop the all-time wins list of this race that started back in 1974, won by Joey Carafas. Dave Dion, the first 3-time winner. Mike Rowe. Ralph Nason, the only driver to win it 3 years in a row. And Travis Benjamin, 3-time winners of the Oxford 250. Only driver here with a shot to become the 4-time winner will be Mike Rowe, who won his first race here at Oxford Plains Speedway back in 1969 and has over 150 wins here at Oxford Plains Speedway, including a race here last year. So Mike is still competitive. Our coverage on RacingAmerica.tv begins at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. A little over an hour from now, we'll have our heat races for the support divisions as well as the super late models. Street stocks racing today, along with limited sportsman, past modifieds, New England Supermodified Series cars, and of course the 51st Annual Bar Harbor Bank and Trust Oxford 250. Other notable drivers that have won this race, which has been under many sanctions. It has been a NASCAR North race. As there you see the board where everybody will get placed for their heat races, but it was a NASCAR North race, a Busch North race, a Busch Grand National, now the Xfinity Series. It was a points race for the Xfinity Series for a number of years. It's been an American Canadian Tour race, and of course it's been under pass sanction now for a number of years. Butch Lindley, the winner back in 1976. Don Biederman, the first Canadian to win in 1977. Bob Presley in 1978. Jeff Bodine won in 1980 and 81. He was the first driver to win back-to-back. Tommy Ellis, the winner in 1983. Chuck Bound in 1986 and 1990. Rick Ricky Craven back in 1991. Junior Hanley in 1993. As we said, Ralph Nason, the only driver to win it 3 years in a row, 1998 through 2000. Kevin Harvick won it in 2008. Eddie McDonald in 2009 and 10. Kyle Busch in 2011. Bubba Pollard in 2018. Johnny Clark 2020. Cassius Clark in 2021. And Cole Butcher in 2022 and 2023. And we congratulate Cole Butcher on the birth of, I believe it's a son. He and his wife announced that on Friday, and we congratulate them if they're watching. But looks like everything's getting ready down trackside, and as it does, we're going to turn it trackside now to Michael Stroudsburg for the draw for the 51st Annual Oxford 250.
We got the board set up. We're going to write it down right when they draw, where each driver is starting in today's qualifying action. I'm ready when you are. Okay, our first driver to draw is going to be the 60B from Buckfield, Maine, the Winthrop Napa Auto Parts car for Tim Brackett, first driver to draw for this year's Oxford 250. It's a blue chip, so that means heat 1. And Tim is going to start 5th in heat number 1. Next up, we have the Sunshine Pools, number 14 from Livermore, Maine. Scott McDaniel next to draw. His representative will pull a chip. Heat 2, position 2 for Scott McDaniel. Next up, former Oxford 250 winner, the Clark Scrap Metals number 54 from Hallowell, Maine, Johnny Clark. Heat 1, Johnny Clark. That will be position number 5. My apologies, I misread the board when Tim Brackett drew. So it does go inside outside. So Tim Brackett will start 9th, Johnny will start 5th, and next up is the 12G for Derek Griffith, the LCM car from Hudson, New Hampshire. Derek Griffith will start position number 3 in heat number 5. Next up, reigning past champion, the JM Builders number 39 for Palmyra, Maine's Max Cookson to draw. It will be heat number 4, position number 7 for Max Cookson to start the day. Next up, the winner of the Outlaw Open Comp event on Friday, Austin Terrace, the Cushman competition number 29 from Gray. Heat 3, position number 11 for Austin Terrace. He will go shotgun in the 3rd heat today. Next up, current Oxford Plains Speedway point leader, the Richard Moody & Sons Construction number 44 for Trevor Sanborn from Cornish, Maine. His son is going to do the honors. Heat number 1, position number 3 for Trevor Sanborn. Next up, top rookie on the past series, the Ty Cooper Land Holdings number 19 for Naples, Maine, Rusty Poland. Heat 5, position 10. Rusty Poland will start scratch in the final heat today. Next up, from Sonoya, Georgia, former Oxford 250 winner, that's Bubba Pollard, number 26 to draw. Heat 4, position 4 for Bubba Pollard to start the day. Next up, we have Gabe Brown ready to draw, the number 47 CC Russo machine from Center Conway, New Hampshire. Heat 2, position number 4 for Gabe Brown. Next up, we have the winner of the Celebration of America 300 earlier this year, the 73D for Joey Dwyer and the Norm's Used Cars machine out of Berwick. Heat 2, position number 3 for Joey Dwyer. Now we have the current point leader and 6-time champion, the Bar Harbor Bank and Trust number 60 for Center Conway, New Hampshire's DJ Shaw. Heat 4, position number 2 for DJ Shaw. Next we have the Spencer Paving Group number 12 from right here in Oxford, Dennis Spencer Jr. Heat 5, position number 1 for Dennis Spencer Jr. Our first pole chip is out of the bag. Next we have the number 8 for Turner Maine's Calvin Rose Jr., the Bob Elliott trucking machine. Heat 5, position 8 for Calvin Rose. Now we have the UPP Global machine for West Bath, Maine, number 20, Joe Pastori. Heat 2, starting position number 6 for Joe Pastori. Now we have the Ralph Abruzzi Racing number 63 for Nashua, New Hampshire's Kyle Salemi to draw. Heat 1, position number 7 for Kyle Salemi. Now, all the way from Furbush, New York, the number 18 Studio 1187 machine for Michael Scorzelli. Heat 3, outside pole for Mike Scorzelli. Now we have the number 52, the Zample machine from Belmont, Maine, Colby Benjamin to draw. Heat 4, position number 10. Colby Benjamin will start out back in heat number 4 today. Now the multi-time Oxford Plains Speedway champion, the Norm's Used Cars number 23 from Sabattis, Maine, Dave Farrington Jr. to draw. Heat 5, position 4 for Dave Farrington Jr. And now it's the king, the Varney Agency number 24 from Turner, Maine, Mike Rowe. She's taking her time. Heat 5, position 7 for Mike Rowe to start today. Now we have the Henry's Concrete 1V from Mechanic Falls, Maine, the Kowicki Driver Development Program finalist, Brandon Varney to draw. Heat 4, position number 9 for Brandon Varney. Now the Norm's Used Cars number 94 from Scarborough, Maine, Garrett Hall next to draw. Heat 1, position number 6. Garrett Hall will start outside row 3. Now the former past North champion, the Everett's Auto Parts number 72 MA from East Bridgewater, Massachusetts, Ryan Kuhn. Heat 1, position number 1 for Ryan Kuhn. Now the other 72, the 72X, the Red Line Performance Engines machine from Dixfield, Maine, Scott Robbins to draw. Heat 1, position number 4 for Scott Robbins. Now the 2021 Oxford 250 champion, the King Competition number 13 from Farmington, Maine, Cassius Clark. Heat 4, position 8 for Cassius Clark. Now a 2-time Oxford 250, champion, the Lemieux Builders number 17 MA from Raleigh, Massachusetts, the Outlaw Eddie McDonald. Heat 3, pole position for Eddie McDonald. Now we have the temp setters, number 36 from Dixfield, Maine, Ryan Robbins to draw. Heat 3, starting position number 6 for Ryan Robbins. Now the R&R Race Parts New Hampshire, 00 from Candia, New Hampshire, Jimmy Renfrew Jr. Heat 2, position 1 for Jimmy Renfrew Jr. Now we have the Dave's World number 14S from Liberty, Maine, Josh St. Clair to draw. Heat 3, position number 5 for Josh St. Clair. Now the Keen Parts number 32 from Westbrook, Maine, Brandon Barker ready to draw. Heat 1, position number 2 for Brandon Barker. Now the Moore Logging 03 from Anson, Maine, the veteran Scott Moore to draw. Heat 2, position number 9 for Scott Moore. Now the 12X, the J.A. Simpson machine from Gorham, Maine, Corey Bubar will draw. Heat 5, outside pole for Corey Bubar. Now the 58 Vermont, the former ACT champion, the Hebert excavation car from Williamstown, Vermont, Jimmy Hebert. Heat 3, starting position number 10. Now the Keeley Electrical Contractors number 10 from Norway, Maine, Kate Hot Rod Ray. Heat 1, position number 10 for Kate Ray. The 10 will start 10th. Now the 153, the Coldbrook Trailers just put a new engine in this car, Auburn, Maine's Travis Stearns. Heat 3, position 7 for Travis Stearns. Now the winningest past driver ever, the Mike Rowe & Sons Trucking, number 5 from Turner, Maine, Ben Rowe. Heat 3, starting position number 4 for Ben Rowe. Now it is the 15, the Coldbrook Trailers Hopkins Paving Machine from Herman, Maine, Mike Hopkins. Heat 1, position 11. Mike Hopkins will start shotgun in Heat 1. Now it is the 64, the Stanley excavation car from Buckfield, Maine, Skip Stanley. Heat 2, position 7 for Skip Stanley. Now the Mid-Coast excavation number 4 all the way from Jolicoeur, New Brunswick, at least that's what's on my list, is Corey Hall, but he doesn't appear to be here. Here he is. Thanks for coming, Corey. Heat 2, P8 for Corey Hall. Now the WC Garisi, number 5 for Saco, Maine's Dominic Current. Heat 2, position 11 for Dominic Current. Now the RG Motorsports number 43 from Beauport, Quebec, Randy Goulet. Heat 3, position 9 for Randy Goulet. Now the Pete's Equipment Sales and Rentals number 86 from Wolcott, Vermont, Marcel J. Gravel will draw. Heat 4, position number 3 for Marcel Gravel. 86. Next up, the Mainly Concrete Pumping, number 09 for Warren, Maine, Silas Ripley. Heat 4, starting position 6 for Silas Ripley. Now the Swallow and Sons Concrete, number 04 from Groveton, New Hampshire, Sean Swallow. Heat 4, position number 5 for Sean Swallow. Now the Libby Septic, number 38 from Wyndham, Maine, Garrett Lamb to draw. Heat 5, P6 for Garrett Lamb. Next up, the Wellman Paving, 5P for Swanville, Maine's Troy Patterson to draw. Heat 2, position 5 for Troy Patterson. Now, straight off the helicopter from Daytona Beach, the Big Apple number 90, Derek Nealand ready to draw. Heat 1, position 8 for Derek Nealand. Now the Karen Roofing, number 2 for Scarborough, Maine's Nick Cusack will draw. Heat 2, position number 10 for Nick Cusack. Now the Archibald Drilling and Blasting, number 9 for Halifax, Nova Scotia's Craig Slonwhite. Just won his second straight IWK 250. And he will start third in heat number 3. Now the Robbie's Towing, number 42 from Fort McMurray, Alberta, Kyle Reed to draw. Heat 5, position 5 for Kyle Reed. 3 drivers left. Next up is the Eric Designs, number 88 from Farmington, Maine, the 9-time Oxford champion, Jeff Taylor. Heat 5, position 9 for Jeff Taylor. And oh boy, these final 2 chips are big if you can see the board. Next to last drawer, the Mansfield Heliflight, number 40 for Barrie, Vermont's Nick Sweet, the former ACT champion. Heat 3, position number 8. And that means the 5M of Dylan Moltz, the RB Performance Machine. We're going to make it official here. But Dylan Moltz will start pole in heat number 4. That concludes the qualifying draw for to the Bar Harbor Bank and Trust Oxford 250. Thank you to all our drivers and teams. We will be with you at 1:30 p.m. for the start of racing action here at the Oxford Plains Speedway.
You see the board, if we could take a look at that again. I don't know if our camera's still down there, but a couple of things that stuck out from that draw. Ryan Kuhn on the pole for heat race number 1. And there you see the board, Jimmy Renfrew for heat 2, Eddie McDonald heat 3, Dylan Moltz for heat 4, and one of the 12s, I believe that's Dennis Spencer, that is the pole sitter for heat number 5. But a couple of other notes that you'll see there: Trevor Sanborn starting 3rd in heat 1, Derek Griffith 3rd in heat 5, Bubba Pollard 4th in heat 4. That's the best draw I think he's ever had here at Oxford Plains Speedway. So those heat races are going to be very interesting coming up at 1:30 today when our coverage begins on RacingAmerica.tv. We'll start with street stock heat races and then go right into the super late model heats. It is going to be a busy day of racing here on Racing America. If you haven't already, order your pay-per-view coverage of today's race. You can go to RacingAmerica.tv. If you get the 3-day bundle, that will include on-demand the races from yesterday and from Friday, or you can buy Sunday only. And you don't have to be a subscriber to Racing America in order to purchase, but if you are, you will get a subscriber discount. Great job down there, as always, by Michael Stridesburg. For I'm Alan Dietz saying so long from here at Oxford Plains Speedway, and we'll see you at 1:30 Eastern Time on RacingAmerica.tv.